Good morning, children. Welcome to class 12 biology once again. Children, in our previous videos, we were discussing about microbes in human welfare. Okay, and we have discussed the advantages of microbes in the formation of household products and industrial products. Also, we have discussed about sewage treatment plants. I hope you have learned properly. If any problem, you can come to school and discuss directly. Okay. So today we continue this chapter and we are taking the first topic, that is microbes uh, are used in the formation of biogas. Okay. So start. So children, microbes in production of biogas. Biogas is a mixture of inflammable gases like methane, CO2, SO2, and these gases are produced by microbial activity. Okay, these are produced by microbial activity. So biogas, that is clear. Biogas example: methane, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide. Okay, and these gases are used as fuel for cooking and lighting. Okay, now how can the biogas are formed? The biogas are formed by the action of microorganism, that is methanobacterium. Okay, so methanobacterium breaks down cellulosic material to produce CO2 and H2 in anaerobic sludge in sewage treatment plant, rumen of cattle, thus providing nutrition to cattle. Okay, so children, that is very simple, very easy. The methanobacterium act on cattle dung and they release the methane, SO2, CO2 gases which are used for cooking and lighting. Okay, the technology of biogas was discovered by IARI, that is Indian Agricultural Research Institute, and KVIC, that is Khadi and Village Industries Commission in India. Okay, now see the mechanism of biogas production. Biogas, that is also known as the gobar gas production. Okay, so for making the biogas or gobar gas, we have to consist a typical concrete tank, that is of 10 to 15 feet deep in the ground, and in which bio wastes and slurry of dung is collected. Okay, so children, the tank has floating cover which rises on the production of gas in tank. Basically, methanobacterium, that is act on the dung and convert the dung or waste into gases. Okay, methane, CO2, SO2. Now the uses of these gases: the gases produced is supplied to the nearby house by an outlet. Okay, and through another outlet the spent slurry, that is removed, which are later used as fertilizer in fields. Okay, so the two benefits in this plant: first, we are getting the biogas; second, we are getting the fertilizer. Okay, biogas is used as fuel for cooking and lighting. Okay, next topic of the chapter, that is microbes as agent. Okay, so children, basically we have seen that the farmers are using chemical fertilizer, chemicals, basically chemicals like chemical pesticides, chemical insecticides, their sprays, and these chemical are spray on the plant to get rid from the insects. But we have seen that it is quite harmful. Okay, it causes the pollution, as well as it is harmful to the humans and animals. So the scientists have suggested that instead of chemical sprays or fertilizer, will use biocontrol agent. Okay, because I told you the chemical that are really toxic and harmful to the human and animals, it pollute the environment and plants. Okay, so due to some reason, the scientists have suggested the biocontrol agent. Okay, here's some example of biocontrol agent that is used to get rid from the insects. Okay, see on your screen, ladybirds and dragonflies. These are used to get rid of aphids and mosquitoes. Okay, a bacteria that is Bacillus thuringiensis (BT), which are used to control butterfly caterpillars. Okay, children, how the bacteria use? First of all, we'll prepare a spray of the Bacillus thuringiensis. We can take the dried spores of BT, then mix with water and make a spray, and spray this solution on plants such as brassicas and other trees also. Okay, so due to that, the mosquitoes, the aphids, the caterpillars, they will die. Okay, clear about this? How the BT active? First of all, insect take the spray from the plant and they goes to their gut. In their gut, due to the alkaline pH, the Bacillus thuringiensis release a chemical toxin, and due to that the insect will die. Okay, the one most important application of Bacillus thuringiensis we'll see in BT cotton. Okay, we'll discuss about BT cotton in biotech next chapter. Okay, next one, some other biocontrol agents like Trichoderma species, free living fungi. They are present in the root ecosystem where they act against several plant pathogens. Okay, so Trichoderma and free living fungi, they also act as biocontrol agent. Okay, next, that is a very important example of the biocontrol agent, that is baculoviruses. These viruses are pathogen, but they do not harm plants, mammals, birds, fish and other non-target insect. Okay, they can only harmful to the insect and other arthropods. Okay, so baculoviruses, I repeat once again, as you see on your screen, they are the pathogen that attack on insects and other arthropods. Most of these biocontrol agents belong to the genus that is nucleopolyhedroviruses. Okay, children, so the baculoviruses do not harm to the plants, mammals, birds, fishes and other non-target insects. Clear? So here we discussed about microbes as biocontrol agent. Next one, microbes as fertilizer, biofertilizer. Okay, So we know very well, children, about fertilizer. Fertilizer are the chemicals that can increase the fertility of soil, but they have certain harmful effect. Okay, so instead of chemical fertilizer, if we use biofertilizer, so it will not create the pollution, it will not harmful to the humans. So that's why the scientists have suggest to use biofertilizer instead of chemical fertilizer. Okay, so see about biofertilizer. Microorganism which enrich the nutrient and they increase the quality of soil. Basically, bacteria, fungi, cyanobacteria are the three main sources of biofertilizer. Okay, in bacteria, we'll see about Rhizobium, Azospirillum, Azotobacter. Okay, in fungi, children, we'll see the different. We'll see about mycorrhiza. Okay, and in cyanobacteria, the Nostoc, Anabaena. Okay, these play important role in the fixation of nitrogen and increase the fertility of soil. So first of all, we'll see about bacteria. Bacteria as biofertilizer. So children, you have listened previously, that is Rhizobium. Rhizobium, that is a kind of bacteria that is found in the root of the pea plant, and Rhizobium fix the atmospheric nitrogen and give it to the pea plant. Instead of that, the pea plant provide food and shelter to the Rhizobium. Okay. Next, Azospirillum and Azotobacter, they also free living bacteria which absorb free nitrogen from soil and convert it into salts of nitrogen like amino acids and enrich soil nutrients. Okay, so they can take the nitrogen from air, they can take nitrogen from soil and convert it into the amino acids which enrich the soil nutrients. Okay, so this is about bacteria. Next, fungi as biofertilizer. Fungi form symbiotic association with the roots of higher plants called mycorrhiza. Okay, whenever you listen the term that is symbiotic, so it means, children, it means two organisms live together and both provide benefit to each other. So here the two organisms such as fungi and the roots of higher plants, basically they live together and provide benefit to each other. How? First, the fungal hyphae absorb phosphorus from soil and passes it to the plant. Okay, so that's why due to this activity of fungi, the plant can easily grow, and instead of that, the plant provide food and shelter to the fungus. Okay, clear about mycorrhiza? Mycorrhiza, that is symbiotic association of fungi and roots of higher plants. Okay. Next, that is last, cyanobacteria. Okay, cyanobacteria as biofertilizer. So cyanobacteria example, Nostoc, Anabaena, Oscillatoria. Okay, these cyanobacteria, they can fix the atmospheric nitrogen and increase the organic matter of the soil through their photosynthetic activity. Okay, so basically they increase the organic matter of the soil due to fix the atmospheric nitrogen, and by this activity the soil fertility will increase okay, and plants can easily grow there. Blue green algae, basically we can say that cyanobacteria, okay, increase the soil fertility by adding organic matter to the soil, okay. So the nostoc and Abina oscillatoria, they increase the organic matter, and after that this organic matter add to the soil. Due to this activity, the soil fertility will increase, okay. So children, here the chapter finish. I hope you have learned properly. If any problem, you can come to school and discuss here. Okay. Thank you.